Hello everyone, this is the second lecture of mole concept and stoichiometry, and in this video we are going to discuss Avogadro's law. So the first question is, what is Avogadro's law? Avogadro's law states that under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, equal volumes of gases contain equal number of molecules. So what does it mean? Suppose I have two containers which have equal volume. Suppose in these two containers there are two different gases. Suppose this container has hydrogen gas and this container has oxygen gas. These two containers have same volume. This container has hydrogen gas and this container has oxygen gas. If the temperature and pressure of both the containers are same, then the number of molecules of hydrogen gas in this container will be equal to the number of oxygen molecules in this container. Suppose if I have third container and if it also has same volume and same temperature and pressure, and this has a different gas like carbon dioxide, then the number of molecules of hydrogen in this container is equal to the number of molecules of oxygen in this container is equal to the number of molecules of carbon dioxide gas in this container. So according to Avogadro's law, what do we understand? That according to Avogadro's law, the volume of a gas depends on the number of molecules and not on the nature of gas. All the gases, whether it is oxygen or carbon dioxide or hydrogen or nitrogen, if the temperature and pressure of the gases are same, then for equal volumes they will have same number of molecules. So from here you have to keep one thing in your mind, that the volume of the gas depend on the number of molecules, not on the nature of gas. So this is very important point from the Avogadro's law, that the volume of the gas does not depend on the nature of the gas, while it depends on the temperature, pressure and the number of molecules. So this is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law is very important for us to calculate the atomicity of an elementary gas. For example, hydrogen has the atomicity of 2, oxygen has atomicity of 2. So if any gas exists in the form of elements, means elementary form, then you can calculate its atomicity with the help of Avogadro's law. So this is one of the application of the Avogadro's law. The second application is to find out the relationship between molecular mass and vapor density. Now first of all we will learn what is vapor density. So vapor density is defined as the mass of a given volume of a gas under a given condition of temperature and pressure divided by mass of same volume of hydrogen gas. So the ratio of mass of a given volume of a gas to the mass of same volume of hydrogen gas under similar condition of temperature and pressure is known as vapor density. And you know that mass of a given volume of a gas by mass of same volume of a gas, this ratio is also equal to molecular mass of a gas divided by molecular mass of hydrogen. So according to this formula, vapor density, we can denote vapor density by Vd equal to molecular mass of a gas divided by molecular mass of hydrogen. And what is the molecular mass of hydrogen? Molecular mass of hydrogen is 2. So divided by 2. So what is the formula for molecular mass of a gas? Molecular mass of a gas is equal to 2 into vapor density. So this is the relationship between molecular mass of a gas and vapor density of the gas. Molecular mass of the gas is twice its vapor density. So you have to remember this formula, and you have to remember what is the meaning of vapor density. If you know what is the meaning of vapor density, then relationship between molecular mass of a gas and vapor density can be calculated. So remember, vapor density equal to mass of a given volume of a gas by mass of same volume of a hydrogen gas under same condition of temperature and pressure. That is also equal to molecular mass of a gas divided by molecular mass of hydrogen. So hope you have understood this concept. The next topic is mole concept. So actually the mole concept gives you the relationship between the number of molecules or the mass or the volume, if it is a gas, of a substance. So the relationship, how the number of molecules affect the mass of a substance, or how the volume of a gas affect the number of molecules or mass of that gas, that relationship can be known with the help of mole concept. So first of all, we will understand what is the meaning of mole. So there is a particular definition of 1 mole. 1 mole of a substance is equal to the number of atoms of C12, carbon 12, in 12 gram of C12. So the number of atoms which is present in 12 gram of carbon 12, C12, you know that C12 means the isotope of carbon which has atomic mass of 12. So the number of atoms present in 12 gram of carbon C12, that is known as 1 mole. So if we calculated that number of atoms, this is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. So this is known as 1 mole. So if we will try to understand what is the meaning of 1 mole, 1 mole is nothing but just a number. So for example, we have heard of 1 dozen. 1 dozen means 12. Like we say 1 dozen of eggs, or 1 dozen of apples, or 1 dozen of banana. So 1 dozen means 12. So similarly 1 mole, whenever the term comes 1 mole, it means the number 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. However, it is a very huge number. So this number is known as 1 mole. So and that is equal to the number of atoms present in 12 gram of carbon 12. So hope you have understood this concept. 1 mole is nothing but just a number. So you don't have to think so much about 1 mole. Think it as a number, and that is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Now this number is known as Avogadro's number or Avogadro's constant. This number is called Avogadro's number or Avogadro's constant. So hope you have understood the definition of 1 mole. The next thing is molar mass or molar volume. So different terms come, like the term molar mass. Molar mass, that means mass of 1 mole of a substance in grams is known as molar mass. So mass of 1 mole of a substance is called molar mass. For example, number of atoms of C12 in 12 gram of carbon. So 12 gram of carbon means 1 mole. So what is the mass of 1 mole of carbon? That is 12 gram. So from here you have to remember that the numerical value of molar mass is equal to the atomic mass, or in case of molecules, molecular mass of a substance. So if you have to calculate the molar mass of a substance, then you must know its atomic mass, or you can calculate its molecular mass in case it is a molecule. So the numerical value is equal, but the unit of atomic mass or molecular mass is AMU, and the unit of molar mass is gram. Gram per mole means how many grams are there in 1 mole, that is gram per mole. So the unit of molar mass is gram per mole. So hope you have understood that the numerical values of atomic mass or molecular mass, if the substance is present in atomic form, then you will take atomic mass. If it is present in molecular form, then you will calculate its molecular mass, but the unit are different. Unit of the atomic mass or molecular mass, that is AMU, unit of molar mass is grams per mole. So if you have to calculate the molar mass of carbon dioxide, so you know that formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. You know that you can calculate the molecular mass of carbon dioxide, that is 12, 1 atom of carbon plus 2 atoms of oxygen, that is 2 into 16, that is equal to 12 plus 32, that is 44 atomic mass unit. But you have to calculate molar mass, so you will say the molar mass of carbon dioxide is 44 grams per mole, means 1 mole of carbon dioxide has the mass of 44 gram. The mass of 1 mole of carbon dioxide is 44 gram. So from here we have understood one thing, that is the relationship between number of molecules and 1 mole. So 1 mole is equal to the molar mass of a substance. Remember, if you have to calculate the mass of substance, then 1 mole is equal to molar mass. 2 mole will be equal to molar mass into 2. 3 moles will be equal to 3 into molar mass. 4 moles will be equal to 4 into molar mass. So from here we can see one formula, that is number of moles is equal to mass of substance by molar mass, because mass of substance is equal to number of moles into molar mass. Suppose 1 mole is equal to 1 into molar mass, 2 mole equal to 2 into molar mass. So it means number of moles equal to mass of a substance divided by molar mass of a substance. So this is very important formula that you have to remember. So this formula is to be remembered. Now you also know one thing about the 1 mole, that 1 mole has how many atoms or molecules? 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. So there may be atoms or particles or molecules, so we will just name them particles. So if I say 1 mole of carbon dioxide, it means it consists of 6.022 into 10 raised power 23 molecules of carbon dioxide. If I say 1 mole of oxygen gas, so it means it has 6.022 into 10 raised power 23 particles of oxygen gas. So you know that one molecules contain how many particles and what is the mass of 1 mole of a substance. So now there is a relationship between 1 mole and mass of a substance, because 1 mole is equal to molar mass, and from molar mass you can calculate the mass. Similarly, you have the relationship between 1 mole and the number of particles in 1 mole. So from here you can calculate how many particles will be there in 2 moles or 3 moles or 4 moles, because we know how many particles are there in 1 mole. Now similarly, if any substance is in gaseous form, if it is a gas, so remember the volume, because you know that volume of a gas depends on the number of molecules if the temperature and pressure is kept constant. It means if we have 1 mole of a substance, means 6.022 into 10 raised power 23 molecules of a substance, then at a given condition of temperature and pressure, we generally take standard temperature and pressure, then the volume of 1 mole of substance, means 6.022 into 10 raised power 23 molecules of a substance, will be constant at STP, that is standard temperature and pressure. So volume of gas at STP, or you can say volume of 1 mole of a gas at STP, remember, is equal to 22.4 liter. Doesn't matter which gas it is, its volume will always be 22.4 liters. So this is the point to be remembered, and this was calculated with the help of Avogadro's law. So 1 mole has a specific volume, that is 22.4 liter of a gas. So actually it is a gas, and remember this volume of a gas is at STP. So remember this is only at STP. So hope you have understood the relationship between 1 mole means number of moles, the mass of the substance, the number of particles, and volume of a gas. This is used, the volume is used only for the gas, because 22.4 liter is for gas, not for any solid or liquid. So if the substance is gas, then the volume of 1 mole of that gas will be 22.4 liter at STP. But if it is not a gas, then you will not use this formula. You can still calculate the relationship between the mass, the number of moles, and the number of particles. So from here we can calculate the number of particles from mass, or number of particles from volume, or mass from number of particles, or mass from volume, or volume from number of particles. So because they are interrelated, so in the numericals you will have to find one with the help of other. So please remember this relationship. 1 mole is equal to the molar mass. 1 mole is also equal to the 6.22 into 10 raised to power 23 particles, and 1 mole has 22.4 liter of a gas if it is a gas. Now from here you can say that the mass of 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 particles is equal to its molar mass, or the volume of 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 particles is equal to 22.4 liter. So if 22.4 liter is the volume of this number of molecules, then you can calculate the number of particles in 1 liter. That will be 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 divided by 22.4. So from here we can calculate the relationship between all these.